You know, growing up, my winter holiday situation was far from unique, but it was definitely outside the expected cultural norm. See, for me, holiday season is an accurate description of what that time of year is like. Because it's not a way to get around saying Christmas, because we also celebrated Hanukkah. We'd wrap up Thanksgiving, my dad would pull out the menorah, my brother and I would get Hanukkah cards from my grandma and great aunt up in New York, we'd eat latkes and gelt until we got sick, and then we get a few nice blue and white wrapped presents a few weeks before the Christmas present apocalypse descended. A few weeks later, my dad would pull out A Christmas Carol, mom would put on the movie adaptation of Terry Pratchett's Hogfather, and we'd have friends and family over for a big Christmas dinner of homemade Chinese food, which I only just realized was a family in-joke on the whole Jewish families ordering Chinese food on Christmas thing. What can I say? I'm slow about weird things. Now, I always loved celebrating Passover and Hanukkah because it meant I got to hang out with my dad's entire side of the family and eat so much flourless chocolate cake that I forgot how to move. But the coolest part about it was the stories. And it only recently dawned on me that not everybody's actually heard these stories. And while the story of Passover got the startlingly accurate cinematic adaptation we deserved with Prince of Egypt, Hanukkah's been tragically overlooked. So today I shall spin you a tale of bravery, miracles, and the most delicious potato-based dish known to man. Fight me, Hash Browns fans. Our story begins in the 2nd century BC, where the Seleucid Emperor Antiochus Epiphanes has broken Seleucid tradition and pulled a real dick move by outlawing Jewish religious practices and ordering them to worship Zeus instead. Fans of the Old Testament will recognize this as violating the whole "thou shalt have no other gods before me" thing, so suffice to say that this didn't go over well. Mattathias, a Kohen or Jewish priest, objected rather strenuously to this edict, by which I mean he killed the first guy who stepped forward to sacrifice to Zeus and also killed the official who delivered the edict in the first place. Then he and his 5 sons booked it into the wilderness, where they were soon joined by a sizable population of other Jews who weren't on board with having other gods before the big guy in the sky. So Mattathias runs the rebellion for a while, but eventually he gets old and starts dying and stuff, so he passes control of the rebellion to his son, Judah Maccabee, whose name probably means the sledgehammer, a Kohen and warrior praised for his tactical genius, valor, and overall badassery, who does a damn good job of leading the rebellion into an all-out war with the Seleucids. Thanks to a combination of clever tactics, advantageous battlefield selection, and marching at night to avoid pursuit, Judah manages to drive the Seleucids out of Jerusalem itself, which had been occupied since Mattathias started the rebellion in the first place. But when they reach the temple, they discover that shit's gotten real bad. Along with all the pagan statues everywhere, the Seleucids have been sacrificing pigs all over the place and contaminating the oil that they need to light the menorah, which was at the time a 7-branched candle representing knowledge and creation and stuff that's supposed to be lit at all times. Unfortunately, that ship has sailed and the menorah's gone out, and worst of all, they only have 1 jar of untainted olive oil, which is only enough to keep its fire burning for 1 night. Now this is where shit gets miraculous. While they run off in search of more oil, the menorah miraculously stays lit for 8 whole days, enough time for them to return and replenish the oil supply. Now after the liberation of Jerusalem and the cleansing of the temple, Judah the Sledgehammer Maccabee continued to do his tactician thing, fighting off the Seleucids and eventually winning him and his people the right to practice their own religion without getting harassed 24/7, at least for a while. By the way, as far as anyone knows, that was all historical.
Whoa, what? You said you were doing holiday folklore.
Anyway, to celebrate that particular miracle, we light 8 candles over the course of 8 days and fry potato pancakes and donuts in deliciously unhealthy amounts of oil. Also, thanks to a little holiday syncretism, a contemporary tradition of giving kids money to give to their teachers at school turned into a Hanukkah tradition of giving kids coins called gelt. Nowadays, it's mostly chocolate and kids gamble it on the game of dreidel. So the next time somebody tells you that Hanukkah is basically just Jewish Christmas, you can look down your nose at them and tell them how wrong they really are.
Oh, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Dreidels to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are all burning low. 1 for each night, oh they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. 1 for each night, oh they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago.
What's up, everybody? It's that time of year again, and you know what that means. More merchandise! We've got 3.5 shiny new designs for you, a cozy winter vacation courtesy of the underworld's #1 power couple, a thrilling chase between Egypt's many sun-affiliated gods as they contend for the role of #1 solar deity, and 2 variants of a design featuring everyone's favorite one-eyed trickster god celebrating Yule in the fashion of the times. And of course, we've still got our old classics knocking around, so if you like wearing clothes or drinking beverages out of containers, swing by our threadless store and give our Cafe Press a once-over. Links in the description, and have a happy holiday!